St. Ignatius University Kabale calls for private sector higher education collaboration. The chairperson of the University Governing Council for St. Ignatius University Kabale, Professor Nazarius Mbona Tumwesije, has emphasized the need for enhanced collaboration between the private sector and higher learning institutions. Speaking during a press briefing ahead of the university's Assembly of Promoters inauguration ceremony, Professor Tumwesije highlighted that such partnerships will equip students with practical, hands-on skills, fostering well-rounded graduates. He noted that while academic excellence is crucial, true student development encompasses practical competencies that make graduates adaptable and valuable contributors to society. By bridging the gap between theoretical knowledge and practical demands of the modern workforce, Professor Tumwesije believes that students will be prepared not only for specific jobs, but also for dynamic careers in an evolving global economy.
Universities don't survive on tuition fees. Actually, artificial intelligence. I hope all of you are using artificial intelligence, okay? Yeah. But not as an end point, but as a tool to the end point. And we all together? Good. So now, as AI, can the university survive on tuition fees? Do you know what AI said? It said, in most cases, no. A university cannot sustainably survive on student tuition alone, at least not without sacrificing quality, access, long-term development. Personally, I'm not aware, and I don't believe there could be universities surviving on fees only without other things. So now, this assembly of promoters is to really, drive the growth of this university with other aspects that are necessary for the growth of the university. And we're talking about partnerships. We're talking about cash. We're talking about infrastructure development. We're talking about all other things. They've told you branding. We need to brand our university. We're talking about mobilizing students. You may have wonderful things at the university. Working with industry. By industry, I mean you are a carpenter, you are radio people, you are media people. We want our students maybe to be working with people. So that you tell us that, you know what, you need to adjust this and this and this in your training so that your students are better than the way they are. So out there, anybody doing work out there is part of the industry we're talking about. So we need that kind of collaboration. We are not going to sit here and do wonderful teaching and and we look at the fees and then run to the bishop for some money. No, it's not going to work at all. We can't survive. So the Assembly of Promoters is really to fill that gap, connecting us with all these areas I've talked about. Moses may have some business. He does maybe at one time, but in the evenings, he has maybe a studio which he takes photos, which creates TV, some TV captions and so on. And he can decide to say, you know what? I want to work with Ignatius University to produce this and this and this and this and this. Those are the partnerships we're talking about. You see? Those are the things we're talking about. We want the university to be able to appeal to you, to be helpful to you. The moment Orisha says the university is very helpful to me, yes, that means the university is doing some work. The moment Hira tells me that, you know what? The university is helpful because I saw this myself. It went in my village and worked with a farmer and they produced wonderful maize. That is how the university, that's where St. Ignatius is going to. And we want the media to help us get that message out. We want to work with everybody to make this university a wonderful university. We are 1 year, 6 months, and 6 days old. And I want to tell you that already we're trying to reach out to some universities. We now have an MOU with the University of Parma in Italy. We've sent some bids under the Vice Chancellor's office. We've already written some bids. We've sent some bids for funding. You see? And actually one bid we already have reached a certain level. We are preselected. So that's the kind of fire we want in this university. And we cannot manage anything like this without really people out there, stakeholders getting together, and they see how they can help us move our university to another level. And Mr. Kabro has clearly said that this work of assembly promoters does not in any way clash with the work of the University Council. The University Council is the governing council. You see, how are things running? VC tell us what exactly is happening here, here, and here. US tell us what was happening here.
Prima Nahuela for iTelevision.